Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Midweek Saints. How you fucking doing? It's our first Twitch stream, Nick. Holy shit!
I had no idea Twitch looked so much like YouTube. This is great. I mean, and this fabulous new UI they've rolled out. I mean, if it wasn't for that, I'd think that YouTube fucked itself up somehow.
Somehow made itself even more repulsive and ugly looking. But I mean, that'd just be ridiculous, right? Ridiculous.
Yeah. So this is our midweek stream. We were originally going to start doing this on Twitch, but Twitch decided to take a shit today. So over here, it's kind of a format light thing we're going with. It's like Casual Friday on a Wednesday because you can never have too many Fridays. So here we are. I'm drinking this fantastic Falls City Subtle Beast Imperial Stout from an unnamed source, fan, patron, friend of mine, and this thing smells like pure chocolate.
I am drinking the champagne of beers with lime. Don't give me that look.
I was just thinking, it's always good to have a contrast. Life is full of contrasts, and it's important to focus on the important ones, such as a big Imperial Stout that comes in a 750 versus 12 ounces of, the kind of shit you'd rub on yourself when you're sitting in a blind waiting for some deer to come along.
It's good. It's light. It's refreshing. It reminds me
of... It's beer.
It's beer. Fuck
the beer I mean, any beer except PBR is better than no beer at all.
That's right.
You can take that to the bank, and then you'll be asked to leave because you can't deposit empty bottles at the bank. I've tried.
I really, really tried to keep the love going for PBR, but to be honest with you, like it was the hipsters that killed it for me. It really was. It was the hipsters.
I was personally really glad when they went over, like, because there was a time in which craft beer was a hipster thing, and I'm like, why do you have to take something that's good away from me? Right. But then they went over to PBR. I'm like, oh, you can have that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm giving up my Upper West Side penthouse so that I can live in the Bronx. You go right ahead.
Do you ever have one of those nights where you're just kind of like, you know what I need to do? I need to, for some god awful fucking reason, drink malt liquor.
If I don't have anything else, yeah.
No, I'll do it on purpose. Like, I'll just be sitting there, and I have a wide variety, plenty of money. I could buy any tasty, delicious beverage I want. And I'm like, you know what? Schlitz. I need some fucking Schlitz.
You're probably just feeling like Al Pacino in Scent of a Woman. It's just, Schlitz. If you don't have that, lots. If you don't have lots, improvise.
There you go.
Not bad.
But you got to drink it you have to have the paper bag though if you drink malt liquor.
Yeah. Well, otherwise, how else are you supposed to leave the bar, or restaurant, or store with it open and consuming? I mean, exactly. I'm envious of places that have brown bag, not laws, because I don't think anybody actually has brown bag laws. It's more just wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Here in New Hampshire, though, you could be drinking like a Pepsi out of a brown bag, and you'll have a fucking SWAT team come out of nowhere. Be like, "Where's the heroin? I don't have any heroin." Well, I don't give a shit.
Better go find some so I can arrest you, son of a bitch.
Well, it's been kind of funny when it comes to like drinking lately, just because. So like I love beer. I'm very fond of beer, and I've had like multiple friends both on Twitter and in real life, because I've been going to the gym recently, trying to lose weight, trying to get in shape, and they're like, "Oh, you know, if you ditch the beer and just drink liquor, you can maintain and not get as many of all the carbs and shit." And I'm like, you're telling me to make a habit of drinking whiskey again? You don't remember when I had that habit before, do you?
See, I did a lot of research into this, because it was when I quit smoking the first time, and I put on like fucking 20 pounds. And so I was like, all right, well, something's got to change. Maybe my drinking. So I thought switching to hard liquor would be better. But you still get like a fuck ton of calories compared to it. You know what the most calorie efficient alcohol you can drink is? I did the whole research and everything.
Intravenous isopropyl.
No, close. Wine.
Oh, well then that explains why I feel so svelte after every weekend Saints.
Yes, absolutely.
Because... Now, for those of you who might not be aware, and it was cheap, but yeah, this entire bottle, this was what made last Sunday so special. This is what brought back those childhood memories of Captain Planet.
Oh man, yeah. That was pretty magical. That was pretty damn magical.
What a bitch it was too. The next day, I had to get up at the crack ass at 2 PM and get to the gym around 7. That was a challenge. Just on the elliptical machine, I'm feeling like 6 pounds of fermented grape juice still working its way through my destroyed organ tracts, and I'm just like, hey, 2 miles. I don't want to die, but I think it's gonna happen. That's a change of pace.
That's some funny ass shit. I just realized, so we're trying out something new too. So to explain a little bit about what we're gonna be doing when we do the midweek Saints, and again, I know you can't hear that, Nick, but. So what we're trying to do is we're basically trying to branch out a little bit. We're going to try and build a Twitch channel. Obviously, since Twitch is down, it's not going to work. But we're also experimenting with something called StreamLabs, and that's what that little ding sound was. But I set it up with the widget to do an alert when we get a super chat. We really don't need to do that. That doesn't need to be a thing. So no. I'm gonna fix that.
We don't do this for the money, you guys see. We don't do it for the money. We do it because it makes us money. No, we do it because we love it. And the money.
Yes, there you go.
I haven't rehearsed this particular lie enough to feel comfortable with it. Now, this midweek stream, as I said, and it was like, yeah, joke saying casual Friday on a Wednesday, but it is like we're trying to go more casual, more conventional stream. It's an opportunity for you guys in the audience, for the supporters of our various respective channels to actually join in and have some like format fun with slightly less format, because taking on as much format as the real show has, that's like pro level shit. You want to kind of work up to it. It's kind of, you don't take a double lung buster from a 4-foot glass bong. You don't dab that shit right away. You got to start with like a little pinner joint, some Mexican swag weed. But that does not mean we are devoid of format. We do actually have an interesting story, and we're going to be dragging this into the real quick Vercingetorix. The title of my new video is Radical Multiplication, because it focuses on how radicals multiply in numbers. It's me fucking with YouTube again, but
like you do.
But we do actually have a story. We'll probably end up dragging this into the conversation. This isn't going to be the full 2-hour length stream. It's gonna be a short, just fun thing to keep your week alive. If your subscription list looks anything like mine, it's been boring as fuck shit lately. 5-hour streams with fuck knows who, and then a bunch of people like wondering what the future of their YouTube careers are going to be like. So we thought we'd shift it up. But on the same note, with Google and YouTube going to shit the way they are, interesting story fell into my lap today, largely thanks to a friend of mine named Laurel, and you can find her at News Attire Laurel on Twitter. But so Laurel used to work for a think tank in DC. Now, she's a social media analyst, specialist type, and she used to work for this think tank called New America. Now, this is a liberal, progressive think tank, not your fucking uber social justice type of liberal progressive, but the more mainstream conventional type. And an interesting story came out in the New York Times recently. It's titled, and we're going to read this so that we don't get hit with any, copyright strikes, whatever.
Try not to make my beer erupt.
Yeah, see, that's a big thing with beer. Like, if you have to finger fuck it in order to drink it,
Son of a bitch! Dude, that worked like what? Okay, when we're not live, I do the lime and I fucking do the tilt and pull it back slowly. It worked fine. As soon as we're live, suddenly, like, Jesus fucking Christ. Look at that.
We can just call it the rule of saints. Something will work every time until it counts.
Sorry, memory. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Now, so this...
this is the story, yeah.
Yeah, so this story, I mean, the title, this is a New York Times piece written by Kenneth Vogel. It's entitled, Google Critic Ousted from Think Tank Funded by the Tech Giant. That's, honestly, as titles go, it's on the nose, but it's kind of dull. It's interesting. I'm going to give you a few excerpts here. Washington. In the hours after European antitrust regulators levied a record $2.7 billion fine against Google in late June, an influential Washington think tank learned what can happen when a tech giant that shapes public policy debates with its enormous wealth is criticized. Now, before I move on with this, I want everyone to realize and appreciate the fact that Washington Post and New York Times, who conventionally, at least since the days of Gamergate, have been living up to every trope and stereotype of a shit journalism operation that you can imagine. But even they recently have started coming around, noticing things like, hey, maybe Google being in singular and sole control of the flow of information throughout the world is a bad thing. Or
who'd have thunk it?
Maybe a clown car full of mom's homemade ninja costumes getting out and assaulting every trash can and disabled senior citizen they can find. Maybe they're not the freedom fighters we thought they were. They're catching on. It's wonderful. Now here, the New America Foundation has received more than $21 million from Google. Its parent company's executive chairman, Eric Schmidt, and his family's foundation since it founded in '99. That money's helped establish New America as an elite voice in policy debates on the American left. Elites on the left?
Is this another...
Color me surprised.
Imagine my shock. Is this just like another fucking think tank?
It is a straight up think tank. These guys, they raise money to think about policy and policy changes and how they can best shape policy and that. Now, the interesting thing, and I'm not going to drag it through too much here, but here's the thing. So, one of the things that ended up happening was there was a group called the Eric Schmidt Ideas Lab. That was kind of a main conference room. So the place is kind of one of those tech-oriented think tanks you think it is.
Okay.
Now there was one. There was a guy there named Barry Lynn, and Barry Lynn ran an initiative called Open Markets that has led to a growing chorus of liberal criticism of the market dominance of the telecom and tech giants, including Google, which is now a part of the corporate entity known as Alphabet. And for those of you who don't know, Google's not the final boss in that. Alphabet is. Who the fuck knows what that is? Now, Eric Schmidt, who we heard of earlier, who's, he's his family's foundation has been funding this think tank, and he's an executive chairman at Google. Well, Mr. Schmidt is also an executive chairman at Alphabet. Hey, how about that?
Hey.
Now, yeah, I know. Who would have guessed? Now, the crazy thing and the fun thing with all of this comes in that as this open markets project that was being run by New America formed up and began to levy criticisms about, hey, maybe having a corporate monopoly on information and information technology isn't a good idea. And he was promptly relieved of his position, and his project was shut down.
Okay, so let me try and wrap my fucking head around this, because I just had like an immense dirt moment with a bunch of beer and my wife coming in and looking at me like I'm the biggest piece of shit on the planet. So this dude worked for a think tank. The think tank was funded by Google. He became critical of Google and then was summarily ejected from the think tank.
Yeah. Now, I'm not sure. I'm going to recheck the...
Okay.
I'm going to recheck out. I don't know if he was let go. However, Mr. Slaughter now... Or Miss Slaughter. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Okay, so this Slaughter woman, and I read this earlier. I'm shit with names. But, yeah, Anne Marie Slaughter. Now,
I was looking for that, yeah.
Yeah, now that's New America's... group's president, Anne Marie Slaughter. And this paragraph says, but not long after one of New America's scholars posted a statement on the think tank's website praising European Union's penalty, and again, European Union hit Google with a $2.7 billion fine over monopoly efforts. Not long after praising that, Mr. Schmidt, who had been the chairman of New America until 2016, communicated his displeasure with the statement of the group's president, Anne Marie Slaughter, according to the scholar. And then shortly, Slaughter called Mr. Lynn, the guy in charge of that thing, into her office and promptly shut down the entire effort. Open markets. Ms. Slaughter told Mr. Lynn, quote, "The time has come for open markets in New America to part ways." So the long and short, the TLDR of this, and there's a second part that I find kind of interesting, but the second part, like the TLDR of this is that a liberal leftist think tank in DC, a very elite one, funded to the tune of millions and millions of dollars, much of which comes from Google, not just Google though, Google executives' millionaire family trusts.
Okay.
Well, all this money funneled into this progressive think tank, and one of their thinkers in the tank dared to say maybe Google having a monopoly on information is a bad thing, and his project was promptly shut the fuck down.
Okay, that's a trip. Okay, so I'm also looking over this too. What's crazy too is this dude apparently was extremely influential. His open markets initiative had a range of influential figures, including Elizabeth Warren. That's weird.
Yep.
Like you wouldn't think that this guy necessarily would be a bad guy in the eyes of Google, but he spoke truth to effect. He effectively spoke truth to power and was fucking ejected into space, catapulted off the continent.
Yeah, well, Google, I mean, if there's one thing we can be sure of when it comes to Google and YouTube at this point in time, it's that they are both operating on that mindset that if we do it, it's in pursuit of the greater good. And because Google, let's be honest, these tech giants, the Silicon Valley types and their allies in Washington,
yeah,
they don't see the rest of us as anything more than ignorant, dirty peasants. And even if they want what's best for us, actually, especially if they want what's best for us, their actions will consistently and always run afoul of individual liberty, free speech, and the open exchange of ideas. Because in the name of the greater good, to save us dirty peasants from our own thoughts, they must make sure that nobody seeds our mind with any dirty wrong thing.
Well, I gotta tell you, I feel like I've been pretty fucking hoodwinked. I really do. I really honestly do. See, up until probably about 6 months ago, I was a Google fanboy. Like my website, my domain name, bought it through Google, got this through Google, that through Google, everything integrated through Google. I'm like, Google is this shit. It's awesome. Connected world, open exchange of ideas. All these people can upload any idea that they fucking want to up into YouTube and share and exchange, and it's great and everything is fantastic. But when that veil gets lifted, suddenly you realize that the people who are running this fucking thing are ideologues.
Dangerous ones too.
Dangerous ideologues.
They are the moral busybodies that C.S. Lewis warned us about, specifically because the robber baron may be satiated, right?
Yeah.
But those who punish you for your own good do so with the approval of their own conscience.
These people arguably have more power than most politicians. Like, this is fucking crazy.
I don't know. It's what was I even watching recently? Shit, I can't even remember. But it was some film, like the bad guy, like, you're running for president? Are you kidding me? Do you have any idea how much power I'd have to give up if I became president?
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
That's gonna bother me now too. What the fuck movie was that?
I don't know. But yeah, so let's check out the. Get a few super chats here real quick, and then we're going to talk about what our ladders segment is going to be. But we're not going to jump into it right away. So super chats. We got Connor Walker. My 8-hour day turned into a 17-hour day and doesn't look like it's lighting up. Fuck you, James, and your bitch ass street lights. Have a beer on me. Hey, Connor, I feel you, buddy. I've been there before. Here's to you. Protogen XL, Twitch is killed. That's true. Twitch is dead. Twitch is dead. Sergeant Forever. Buck, those dime store ninjas are a disgrace to the clan. Can't even hide in a police officer's shadow. 0 out of 10 would not slay demons with. That's fair.
Oh, dude, not even the Foot Clan would take them on, and they know that those are just nothing but red shirts.
Yeah. You know what I think? Do you think maybe YouTube is trying to interrupt Twitch? They knew we were trying to make the change, and they were like, you belong to us.
True.
Our name is part of your name. Fuck you guys.
You know what it is more than that, though, too? They also saw how fucking viciously we destroyed the VMAs readings this year.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, and they're like, these guys got power.
That's true. Yeah. We wield our power responsibly.
Yeah, by fooling all of you to give us money.
Yes. Oh, wait, no.
Hang on, I just had a little Magog come out of me right there. It feels like gas. It's funny.
Ass rape! So the second thing that we'll get into, we'll start this up here in about 10 minutes or so. So there's a link in the description of this video. It goes to our Discord. We just set it up. There's nothing fucking there. Not really. But what there is a room called Waiting Room. So if you want to hop on and goof off with us, get into Discord. You got 10 minutes to download it if you need to. Get into Discord, hop into the waiting room, and when we decide to hit that segment, we're just going to do a random number generator if there's multiple people, and we'll pull you in for 5 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes, shoot the shit about whatever you want, and just cycle through it, and kind of round out this midweek hump day with you people.
And now one other thing just attached to this story, which was interesting too. This will be the last note, and this is actually because, and it's a thing, it's a genuine criticism. Why bitch about things if you're not going to have some kind of call to action? Like, why point out a problem if you're not going to offer some form of a solution? Well, kind of came across one. Now, this isn't necessarily the end-all, be-all, and I'm going to post this in the chat here. Boom. citizensagainstmonopoly.org. and I'll see that we get this in the low bar too. I just put it there. And it's pretty simple. Splash page says at the very top, Google, don't be evil. Our mission was to protect liberty and democracy from gigantic corporate monopolies. When we criticized Google for its monopoly practices, our program's funding was cut. We're continuing the fight, and we need you to join us. So it's kind of like a petition, except more it's like an auto email thing, like send this letter to the Google CEO.
Right. The
message, you can edit it and say whatever you want. Don't be a fucking edge-tard, come on, because this is serious business. But I mean, the standard messages it says Google's attempts to shut down think tanks, journalists, and public interest advocates. Hi. Researching and writing about the dangers of concentrated private power must end. As an immense corporation, it is wrong for Google to wield its vast financial and political power to try and silence the writers and researchers working to promote sensible antitrust enforcement. Now, this is kind of fun because this is something that's been percolating in my mind. I need an attorney, and I'm probably going to reach out to my own lawyers just to find out what the meat of it is. But there is an argument, at least amongst us content creators, that could be said that because we are professionals and because we are in an open market of ideas, but these ideas in many of our instances, be it hard left or hard right or in the center there, that we're sort of competing both intellectually and financially, that Google's decisions to put ideological filters and litmus tests could constitute an act of antitrust. Kind of curious.
It could.
Keep in mind. I'll check with some lawyers.
People have been making that case for a while, but I mean, it's one of those things where people will say it, but if enough people are saying it in a crazy way, and then one same person says it in a sane way, nobody's listening because of all the crazy people that have been squawking about it. But people are starting to seriously take a look at some of the business practices, and I'm glad that they are, because some of this shit is sketch, super sketch.
Well, I like Fendran in the chat there just said Google's tagline is now, "We are incapable of evil." And it's funny you say that because the last line of this letter, which, again, if you use the link that I posted before, and you can just sign the letter and send it off, and it says, "This kind of unethical behavior violates Google's founding corporate code of conduct. Quote, don't be evil. Stop shutting down monopoly research now." Now, let's just all go ahead and sign up for this email, send this email, and we can all do it and tweet it out with "in before MagamerGate." They did mention that dirty E word in there.
Oh.
Ooh, ethics.
Ethics. It's about ethics in mass monopolies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this was something interesting I found out. And I like, I found it interesting too, because, like I said, a friend of mine, and this is the interesting part, because especially here on Twitter and YouTube and the internet in general, we get this idea that left and right are homogenous and there is no transgressing. I mean, people still fucking scratch their heads when they discover that I consider, like, Tim Blake a buddy of mine. Even though he could be a bit of a cunt, he's wrong about all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
He's a good dude, more or less. I like him.
Yeah, he's still alright.
Yeah. But,
he's not an easy guy to like.
No, he's not. He doesn't make it easy, and he's still got some very, very confused ideas about Antifa. But it's interesting because this friend of mine who worked for the think tank in question, New America, she's fucking pretty hardcore right winger. She's a conservative.
Okay.
Now within professional political circles, things like think tanks, even congressional staff sometimes. Mm-hmm. The real DC side of things, unless it's some like little tin pot shithouse operation, typically are actually meritocracies. Oh, you're a conservative? Well, we'll hire you onto our leftist think tank so long as you can do the fucking job. Because these people aren't about. I mean, their second goal is advancing the cause. Their first goal is winning their campaign.
Right.
So it's an interesting thing, but I'd strongly recommend everybody sort of check in this effort. I mean, if you're curious about it too, don't just go signing shit. Just go look at it first.
Just go look at it first. Absolutely. No, it sounds good. I don't know.
No, I'm not easy to like, 7link, but I'm not a politician. I'm not running for anything, and I don't have to pretend to like people when I don't.
Torsten Benedict Williamson, appreciate you, buddy. Thank you very much for the tip. Let me see. What do we got here? Oh, I just realized a very pretty lady messaged me on Discord, but I'll have to look at that later.
Was it Prince Adu? Because she's very pretty.
She is very pretty. Prince Adu is extremely pretty.
Everyone should follow Prince Adu on Twitter and tell her that she's probably the hottest Argentinian anyone knows.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. I think that's the best way to do it. Let's look at the waiting room. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. Read that super chat for me.
Oh, Nicholas Reynolds, $20. Check out Ad Nauseam as an anti-Google countermeasure. Adnauseam.io. It works by randomly spoof-clicking ads to disorient Google's ad database so they can't get any useful ad data based on users who have it installed.
I've heard about this a little bit. Somebody sent
smell
that to
mischief.
Me. Yeah.
I smell mischief. I like it.
It basically completely fucks with the analytics and makes the advertiser lose faith in Google. I don't know if that's a good idea necessarily or not, but
actually, as a YouTuber, I kind of like it if the advertisers had absolute faith in Google and Google just stopped being fucking evil.
You know what? I'm gonna need another beer before we grab somebody. Give me 1 second.
I'll entertain them until then.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, let's see. What's black and burned and sits atop of the stairs after a house fire? Oh, I don't know, Morty. I don't know. Razzle dazzle. Come on. You can't leave me hanging like that. What's her Twitter? Now, that's a really good question. I'm actually gonna just get... there we go. It's Dints of Prue. So, at Dints of Prue. Right there. That is her Twitter handle. You can go on, follow her, tell her that tell her that both of the YouTube saints said she was just too sexy not to pay attention to. Smartest gal on the internet, the best Argentinian ever.
Damn right.
Yeah, Eva Perón can eat a dick in the grave.
Yes, please.
Or whatever island she's hiding on with Elvis and Tupac. I don't know.
8, 9, 10, 11. Damn, 11 people. All right. You ready to pull somebody in with us?
Yeah. Let's see who shows up. Let's see who the lucky winner is.
Random number generator. We got, wow, all the way to the bottom. Number 11. We got Zeta Blues.
Zeta Blues.
Zeta
Come
Blues.
On in. Unmute yourself.
Or we'll just savagely talk at you until you unmute yourself.
Yes. I'm gonna make Hill Street Blues jokes and see how many of our audience is over 35.
Yes, absolutely. Unless, of course, for some reason I set up this Discord wrong and they can't hear us. That would be really hilarious.
Caller, are you there?
Caller. Yes.
I am here.
Hello. Hello. How are you today?
Nothing like Catherine Zeta Blues.
Well, I am doing well. Thank you so very much for choosing me, the last one on the list.
Chance picked you, my friend.
Yeah.
Fate deigned you the first guest.
And I got you cranked up on user volume, but you might wanna crank your gain or just like move a little closer.
Yeah, it's probably my gain. I have a. Is that better?
Wow. Yeah, it'll work, dude. It'll work.
Yeah, now you know. Honestly, kind of like right now, you sound like about like maybe 1/5 of an average PewDiePie video.
Wait a minute.
Hey guys, how you doing?
No. Oh no, I know what's wrong. My bullshit. There we go. My Discord is turned way down. There we go. I fucked it up. It's my fault.
It's all right. It's all right. We got it working now, right?
There we go. Yes.
Right there too. Right there, Zeta. You got to experience the Wizard of Cause YouTube Saints. Just a little bit of it. Jeff says it's my fault, and you say it's okay. Now let's keep going.
Get to join the tech support show.
Yeah, the tech support show. Jesus Christ, that's pretty accurate. Swear to God.
Oh no, honestly, well, I mean, if it pans out, we might end up doing a secondary. I just thought of this: a secondary weekly show where we offer tech support to unsuspecting strangers.
Looks like I'm the first guest for that one.
I don't know.
There you go. Like, absolutely.
My router's not working. Go find system 32. Trust me after that.
You know what we gotta do though? What we have to do, and I've been thinking about this for a while. You remember how the very first time we did YouTube Saints was all about it was all about writing reviews for products? We should do a contest to have other people write their best Amazon reviews and send them to us. That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
I can't imagine too many products aside from what was that milk, like Tuscan milk. That one had some pretty grand reviews.
Yeah. Try to keep in mind though, you can also review films if you have Amazon Prime, so you can go and be like Cloud Atlas, and you can just be like, not enough clouds, and I didn't know where I was going.
That's fucking good, dude. What the fuck?
Wow.
Why the fuck?
Shit like,
Why the fuck were you even thinking about Cloud Atlas, for fuck's sake?
I love that film.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
4 hours of uninterpretable art. Sitting around like, when's Tom Hanks gonna bang Halle Berry, and why isn't Willem Dafoe in this?
Jesus fucking Christ, that's
Everything
crazy.
else. Oh, he was too busy doing Beyond Two Souls. Well, we know how that worked out, don't we?
So Zeta Blues, how's your week been going? What's been going on with you? What's new in the world?
Well, I was just getting over a muscle spasm, and all of a sudden, I had a terrible toothache. So I've literally been laying down, catching up on videos I've been missing, which I've been watching pretty much everything for the last month by, well, Nick over there. So sorry about that. I've been really behind.
That's okay. Jeff hasn't put any videos out this month anyway.
I put out a video last week.
Okay, let's move on. No, I will say I'll give you 2 points though. I'll give you 2 very serious points here. Now, one thing, great thing to treat a toothache with is you get some raw clove. Tastes like shit, but you chew it up until it's like a paste. Then you kind of tongue it into whatever tooth hurts, and it numbs the shit out of your entire face. It's amazing. And the other thing is to stop referring to erections as muscle spasms, and stop using toothaches to get rid of them. Just eat off like a normal human being and get on with your day.
I wish it was that easy.
I was gonna say giant bong rips of raw opium would pretty much be a great way to do it, but
no, I don't do too. I mean, have you ever heard? There's a great new drug out on the market now to treat pain. It's called heroin.
Oh, yeah.
Heroin, fucking amazing. Oh, so good for pain. And then you get that fentanyl stuff, and all of a sudden, it's like the pain of existing goes away.
Well,
and then I run through the streets, stripping naked and beating people up that I see along the way.
all you have to do is call him Nazi, and then you won't get in trouble. It's totally fine.
Yeah. I was actually saying on Twitter the other day, because actually it was our one of our friends of our friend Tim, as I was trying to point out to Tim how Antifa is bad, and the guy's like, yeah, but don't you know what the Nazis did? And I was just thinking, like, that's fucking clockwork. Hey guys, did you know that O.J. Simpson was acquitted because during deliberations, one juror stood up and said, well, yeah, but do you guys know what the Nazis did?
So that's what that was. I saw your replies.
In fact, it's brilliant because I mean, it turns out at the Nuremberg trials themselves, the reason they were all convicted is because none of the Nazis actually mentioned anything that the Nazis did.
Oh.
You see how this works? Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, it's a tricky game. So next time, I mean, honestly, like next time, this is why I don't even obey stop signs anymore. If I get pulled over, they'll be like, sir, do you know you were doing 45 and a 15 and you ran a stoplight? And I'll be like, have you ever heard of Goebbels? Officer? You dressed kind of like him. I didn't want to say anything at first, but
Goebbels drove way faster than me. Get on my fucking level. Stay woke, bro.
Are you worried about my gas consumption? Because do you know how much gas the Nazis consume?
Jesus fucking Christ. Nick, God damn it.
It's okay, I'm a Jew, and I'm bashing Nazis. Everything is copacetic. YouTube, maintain monetization. We haven't used a single piece of copyrighted material yet.
Maintain your mellow, citizen. Maintain your mellow.
Maintain my melanin, yes.
That's not what I was gonna say. But yeah, hey, Zeta Blues, you have popped our cherry for having some random people pop on and hang out with us. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, buddy.
Not a problem.
All right,
take care.
Well, you keep watching Nick's stuff, all right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll get back on.
Somebody has to.
That was my punchline. You fucking son of a bitch! God, I'm so mad at you right now. I'm so mad.
Yeah, it's all right. We still got like 45 minutes or so of show left.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You make me so angry sometimes. So angry.
Well, roll the dice. Maybe one of the next waiting room people will come through and give you a great setup, and I won't think of the punchline. And then you can have it.
They will. They will. They just always do.
I'll actually think of it first.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we have somebody formerly known as. Hello, how are you?
Excited. Speechless.
Hello?
Oh! Hey, buddy.
Holy Christ, I had you guys on both screens, so that shit barely, basically blew out my eardrums.
Appreciate you coming on, man, for sure. Helping pop our cherry with our little our little midweek show here.
Yeah, dude, you are the first second guest we've ever had on a midweek show.
That's a good way to put it.
Well,
And if I'm blowing your eardrums, I can speak to you in ASMR for the rest of this conversation.
well, after I heard you talk about Mundane Matt the other day, I don't want to be a part of that.
What happened the other day with Mundane Matt and ASMR?
Oh, it was shortly after the VidCon experience, and his personal video happened to pop up as a question one of the people put forward.
Really? Which?
Yeah.
Okay. Bring us back to it. Set us the stage. So was it Mundane Matt's video or?
No. It was Wizard of Cause was having a wonderful little stream shortly after VidCon, and one of his wonderful audience decided to ask if he had when his personal video with Mundane Matt would come out.
Oh, because they were rooming together. That's right. I forgot about that.
No, paywall.
Yeah.
Paywall. Game of Thrones defending the North style paywall.
Mm-hmm.
And a Brazzers logo.
Good answer. I mean, what's going to be the name? Or you know what? Actually, before you answer, Nick.
Oh no!
Formerly,
ask our guest.
That's what I'm gonna say. Formerly known as, if you could pick the name of the hardcore man porker porno that happens between Nick and Matt, what would you name it? What did he say?
A mundane cause.
Ooh, a mundane cause. Okay, that's pretty good.
I was gonna say, turn off that pesky cock block.
Hey! Oh!
I'm on it tonight, suckers.
That's not bad. Not bad at all.
Honestly, I kind of want to, in fact, probably make money.
It probably would.
Not even the two of us. I'll just put a casting call out. Need one somewhat overweight dude, roughly about 5'5". Need another slightly overweight guy with bad teeth and substance abuse problems, roughly about 6 feet.
So our entire audience?
It'll be like Xander Renegade Angel at that point. It'll be like, why are there thousands of Wizard of Causes banging thousands of Mundane Mats? And what is Mr. Medicare doing here, and why is he furiously masturbating?
Somebody in the chat said Mundane Scat. That's pretty good.
Oh.
Hey, that's a bigger paywall. Also, that video is only available in Thailand. I don't know how this shit works. I'm not Google.
Oh, I swear to God, Nick, ever since our last show on Sunday, I just tell you, sorry to interrupt real quick, but ever since last Sunday's show, I hosted Drunken Peasants on Monday, and now on this one too. All anybody can fucking talk about now is taints, and I am very upset about this.
I know, it's almost like they really want some kind of barbell that they can buy with the YouTube Saints logo to pop into their own taints. And then they can all get banned on Twitter using a hashtag that'll never trend, featuring photos no one will ever see. It's not a bad idea. Glad I thought of it.
As long as you're not going Prince Albert, you're ahead of the game.
That's true. I didn't want to. The dude wanted to give me a Prince Albert originally, but I knew that if you get a Prince Albert, it makes you pee funny. Like, you can't pee standing up anymore once you get the Prince Albert.
Well, that's gonna be the funny other side to it too, though, is that once the Saints Taint ring sells, I'm gonna start marketing a Prince of Queens Alberts.
Ooh, dude. Okay, no, this is...
his cartoon face on a little glass end of the ball bearing hanging out of the tip of somebody's dick. I mean, tell me he wouldn't be into that, and he doesn't owe me about 25% of sales.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's a problem with having a Jew come up with all your best ideas. You owe him a bit on the back end.
Don't leave it to us.
Right. Jesus Christ. So how's the week been going for you, formerly known as?
It is beautiful. It is beautiful. My work is awful, and you guys are a highlight to my day. And before I get off, I do need to know,
yes.
so your wonderful audience can bother the hell out of you, Jeff.
Sure.
What is the name of your book?
Oh, Christ. God damn it.
It's not like I'm gonna super chat you with lines from your book, Phoebus. I would never do that.
Christ.
It's called Faster Than the Speed of Love.
Did you did you like it?
I'm waiting for my copy in the mail.
See,
gave it to me, but I do not remember the name of it.
Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna get it in the mail, and this will probably be the last time we ever speak, the last time you ever like pay any attention to me. You're gonna hate it. It's gonna be awful. I wrote a book a while ago. It's called The Dead Dream Wakes. I wrote it under a pseudonym known as Ezra Holiday instead of Jeff Holiday. Because back in the day, I was like, I should have a pseudonym because I don't like attention. I don't want anybody paying attention to me. I just want to like live my life in peace and not have anybody bother me or get in any fights.
well, don't worry. You're already awful, so you know. It's just gonna go up.
I like this guy.
I like him too. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Now, one thing I will say is keep an eye out for my book when it comes out. I'll announce it on Twitter. And I do fully expect an anonymous Amazon book reviewer to review it, saying it's better than Ezra.
So is it just going to be incoherent drunken ramblings for like 500 pages?
Oh, I wish. No, that book's... I'm working on that one now. No, this one I was paid to write.
As long as you're wearing a suit while you write it, my life will be complete.
Not bad.
All
right. Cheers, buddy.
The suit will come back when the weather gets colder.
Right. Oh god, I can't fucking wait for that. I'm so tired. I'm tired of this fucking heat, dude. It's bullshit. I'm over it.
I like it. It makes my hair look sexy.
Appreciate you, formerly known as. Thanks so much for hopping on with us, buddy.
You have a great day.
You too. See, this is a great format for a show. Isn't this fucking fun?
I like it. It's unexpected.
Nice. Yeah, it's unexpected, and hey, neither of us have to tear our hair out for like an hour before the show goes live, trying to make sure we got everything done. Like, it's all pre-programmed from Sunday. Everything's all set up. We could like just talk about something interesting, and we can have interesting people on and just shoot the shit. I cannot wait until somebody comes on and just starts fucking with us. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm sure that's coming up next.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I hate having to keep counting though. 9, 10, 11, 12. Counting is hard. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Jesus Christ. There's a lot of you guys in the
I know, it's almost like you guys like this show or something.
That's really strange. Does Jeff not have AC? I have AC, but I gotta tell you, wow, that was a crazy roll. I do have AC, but I have to tell you, the thing is, I really like jackets. I have like 20 jackets. I have a thing for fucking jackets, and half of them are fake furry, like obnoxious pimp coats, and I can't wear them during the summer because it's just intolerable. But our next guest is Maori. Hello, welcome.
Maori.
Salutations and welcome to the show. Tonight we are joined by our guests Jeff and Nick. Jeff and Nick run a small-time YouTube show called The YouTube Saints. Today we are going to learn from Jeff how he overcame his addiction to benzodiazepine.
Well, you know, it's not actually very easy to talk about. It's been a long road. It's been very, very tough. You know, a lot of people tell you when you have to take something away from your life, you have to fill it with something else. For instance, when I finally overcame porn addiction, The only way I managed to do that was through copious amounts of soliciting prostitutes. Now, when I got over my benzodiazepine, I had to replace it with hardcore crystal meth smoking. But I did find that it did end up working very well for me because my house is extremely clean and I lost weight, so I could fit once again into a size 2.
Sorry, I was having a little puppet show there. What were we talking about?
I don't know. I don't know.
It was a shadow puppet show for shadows I wasn't paying attention to.
That was choice, dude. That was great.
No, forgive me. I was just at my psychiatrist and we were talking about this. And, I have a history of substance abuse in my family, and it just scares the hell out of me. So I'm here to ask for advice as it comes to drug addiction and more a fear of drug addiction.
Oh, sure.
Sorry. I'm just sitting here like, I'm an active substance abuser. How's it going?
Substance abuse is a really crazy thing, man. I've had lots of friends who actually shuffled off from the mortal coil because of substance abuse. Quite a few. It's more than 4. I'll put it that point. I don't actually want to try.
I got more than 10.
Yeah.
Come on. Bring better numbers, Jeff.
No, I don't want to fucking think about it. That's a fucking depressing ass thing to think about. But the thing is, too, there is biological markers that can make somebody more likely to be addictive to certain things versus other people. But really, ultimately, comes down to personal responsibility. If you're the type of person that you're at risk of not being able to control yourself for a substance, then it's your responsibility to keep yourself from first even touching those things to begin with. And when you're a dumbass kid, it's really hard to do. Like myself, I was a dumbass kid and I did some really stupid shit I really shouldn't have. But overcoming addiction, dude, everybody's different. Some people have good strategies. Some people it's lifelong process.
I'd also offer up, and I mean, not even joking here. I would actually honestly say that to keep in mind too. I don't know, like what you've experimented with, what you've done, whatever. Bear in mind, different addictions approach you in different ways. And whereas an opium or even a nicotine addiction, for instance, right, will jump straight into your blood and then get into your brain and insist, tell you that you need this shit or you're gonna fucking die of uncomfortable pain, right? Something like cocaine, for example. It's just fun. And you really want to have more fun. And I don't need it. I just really like it. Everything is better on cocaine. It's all addictions come at you differently. And the other thing I'd say too is keep in mind that there's like a growing school of thought when it comes to addiction and rehabilitation, which says that as opposed to the old models formed up basically by the AA scene, where they say, you first must accept a higher power, and then you need to go into an abstinence program and make all these, apologies, shit like that. It doesn't work for everyone. In fact, nothing works for everyone. If any individual addict of any given kind is going to need to find their own way off it. I mean, Chris Dangerfield, for instance, his way off of heroin is he travels to Thailand and lives in a brothel for 2 months. So it works different for everybody. I'd say with a lot of them, though, too, keep in mind that drugs and chemicals themselves are inherently different. So, like alcohol, while more destructive than many other drugs, let's say, or many other substances, the addiction to it is easy to slide into because you'll never notice. Trust me, talking from experience.
Mm-hmm.
But that if you want to defeat your addiction, properly defeat it, abstinence might not be the way for you. In fact, the way for you might actually be reining in, getting enough control over that particular beast to where you can actually say, yeah, I only drink socially, right? Where you keep yourself in check, you establish rules and you follow your own rules, and that's your struggle, rather than living a life which is a consistent battle against a desire, which is conflicting against an abstinence that may not actually suit your personality.
much of this is stuff that I've heard in the past from so many disparate sources, from my family, from my friends who have experimented with drugs, and from DARE program growing up in the 4th grade, which back absolute shit
I was
show.
in the same thing. Yeah.
But it's,
My dad, one of my father's proudest moments when my brother and I were in elementary school was when Tom, my brother, failed DARE. He failed it because he was too busy doodling in the books.
Yeah,
Sorry.
But all of this, like you highlighted, it's a more of a fear of becoming addicted than the actual addiction itself. I've never touched any drugs, period, and I barely pick up alcohol just out of an absolute fear of becoming addicted, and that's probably a function of the society that I've grown up in that pushes away even the most mundane.
Sure. Does your family have like a long trending history of addiction in it, like very hardcore crippling addiction?
There are small pockets of individuals that are absolutely cripplingly addicted, but it's not like most of them are a little bit addicted sort of thing, if that's what you're asking.
Sure. Well, I mean, the whole thing about better living through substances, or whatever, better, quote unquote, better living, is most of the time, most drugs are initially used for just leisure time or for de-stressing. And if you found great strategies to deal with those stress or to have a good time and loosen up, and there's nothing wrong with just avoiding those types of substances. Who gives a shit? Like, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. But if you get immersed into it or you're curious about it, the most important thing that I could say is to try and make sure you always maintain as much control as you possibly can. So, like, say you wanted to try drinking, have one beer, just one beer, see if it does anything to you.
Honestly, too, I'll say too on the beer note too. If you've never drank, try a beer. You'll probably remind yourself, at least at the beginning, like, what is this? Depending on the beer, of course.
Depending on the beer, yeah. But I mean, it's all very relative. It's all very relative. It's mostly just to ask yourself, is it even really something worth getting into? Because I gotta say, man, I have been drinking I have been smoking for way too fucking long. And if I could go back in time and make it so I never smoked cigarettes, I would have. If I could have gone back in time and prevented myself from having several experiences with drugs and whatnot, I would have. But then there are also instances where I had a life-changing event and substances did play a part in that, and it did help me to become who I am. But it doesn't mean that you can't. It doesn't mean that you're going to miss anything out in your life if you don't. It really doesn't matter.
I'll go a step beyond that, actually. Recognize that to a certain extent, substances, chemicals, drugs, they can, I don't want to say improve your life, but they can offer you changes or insights or thoughts even, which can be mind-blowing. I mean, really monumental, the kind of things that'll linger with you in a positive way for a while. And this kind of comes back to the notion of recognize that people talk about drugs, a lot of times a big problem is that people lump drugs all in together. Anything that affects your neurochemistry, anything that makes you feel different, that's a drug, and all drugs are bad, okay? Not so much. I, for one, am of the opinion that every healthy-minded, emotionally stable adult should experiment with hallucinogens, such as mushrooms and LSD. Both of those drugs, if taken in a almost scientific setting, like, because for one thing, when you trip out, you want to know where you're going to be where you're going to be, stay the fuck where you are, and also have somebody... Yeah, and also...
But I'm going to go talk to that cop. He looks so friendly.
Yeah, but also have somebody around who's been through it before, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody who's seasoned. That's what I like to call that, an anchor. And if you have your anchor and you've got your good position, you're good space, you're in a safe place. No, you're not at any risk. And I'll say, like, the last mushroom trip, for instance, I had, which was, I'll say, within the last 6 months.
Yep.
Okay, fine. It was like 2 weeks ago. Fine, whatever. But no, I mean, it was funny. I was staring at my tile ceiling, and then the patterns started emerging, and the visuals are really cool, and it was cool seeing it. But the funny thing was what happened in my mind, because I actually felt a release of my ego, an absolute release of my sense of self, and I felt separated from it. And just that period of time in which I was feeling that, even when I got up and the trip was like going in different places, the mind was still like, that was fucking interesting. Wow. And I'm not saying you should go and try it, but I do honestly believe that the mind-altering psychotropic and psychedelic drugs that are on the market, as long as you know what you're dealing with, they can actually do a surprising amount of good. And this is actually kind of somewhat, not entirely, but somewhat backed up by some clinical evidence. Things such as MDMA, LSD, and especially DMT have been experimented. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, they've been experimented with.
The DMT. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, they've been experimented with in lab conditions, and a lot of people, especially with DMT, people go on this super, super intense trip, right? To where they're communing with dead relatives and shit. And when they come out of it, even though they realize they were just high on drugs, basically, they come out of it like, I had never thought that way before. The only separation between myself and anything else is my definition of it through the use of language. Oh.
So there is another YouTuber I follow named Jordan Peterson. I'm sure you've heard of him before. I don't know if you actively follow him.
I think I've heard that guy's name before.
It's good, dude.
Isn't he Canadian?
He isn't that Canadian.
No, well then we're gonna shut this shit down right now.
But he's a clinical psychologist, and he publishes all these videos on wide-ranging topics. One of the topics that he's been discussing recently is his research and other clinical psychologists' research into psychedelics and psychoactive materials when it comes to...
I'm a little familiar with that, yeah.
I'm kind of curious what his take is.
He is... I don't want to say not a born-again Christian. He's not an evangelical Christian. I guess I'd call him maybe a cultural Christian, though he might not like that description.
He's a believer.
He puts a lot of cultural stock and cultural significance into the Bible. And he likens the use of these psychedelic substances to godly experiences.
Yeah, like the revelation of St. John, a lot of people assume was either because he ate a substance or because of an extreme psychoactive event triggered because of fasting in the desert.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson has explicitly stated that he believes that Revelation was written by someone on mushrooms.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Do
because
they have mushrooms over in that area? I'm actually genuinely curious. Did the psilocybin mushrooms grow there?
Probably. Psilocybin is a very commonly replicated chemical inside of plants, yeah.
That's true, and fungus does have a spectacular means by which it can spread anywhere it wants.
That's right.
Tiny little spore, like, is that a draft of wind? Wonder where that'll take me.
Let's go to Egypt!
Yeah, so
it's raining frogs! Holy fuck! Does anybody else see this? I didn't before, but you're right. It's raining goddamn frogs.
But no, I'd be interested to listen a little bit further into some of his ideas on that, because he's a fascinating dude. He's a really cool guy. I like Jordan.
Yeah, because of what he's been putting out, I have I want to say like a clinical interest in doing drugs, or like a desire from a scientific perspective to do drugs because of that.
If you do, like Nick said, find somebody who you really do trust, who knows the experience you're gonna go through, and try and control your environment as much as possible. One of my favorite ones to do: just go camping. Just go camping somewhere that there's not gonna be anybody around, and you're not gonna get all fucked up. Nobody's gonna be calling the cops. Worst that's gonna happen is you might have a slightly bad trip, and it's just gonna be like it's kind of spooky and weird, and they're just gonna have to like give you all your favorite things and some tasty food and make you calm down. And then all you lost in the end from that experience is one night. Like, it's not the biggest deal in the world.
It ain't even a loss, too, because I've had bad trips where I came out the other side of them like, whew, well, that was a side of my psyche I wasn't familiar with.
I've had 3 bad trips in my life. 3 bad trips, and not one of them do I regret. Not one. But anyway, dude, thank you so much for hopping on, man. I really, really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me, gentlemen.
Cheers, dude.
That was a fantastic way to hop in. Good night. And we're live in this show.
I love talking about drugs.
Dude, me too. No, me too. So here, I'm gonna share screens with you real quick. Here, it's gonna kind of break format just a little bit, but I want to share this with you, Nick, while I share it with everybody else too. There is the dark side to doing drugs. Don't be that guy. Don't be this stupid piece of shit right here.
What am I looking at?
That is a 24-year-old Jeff Holiday so fucking drunk in a torn-up shirt after a night of binge drinking. What you can't see is my head is cocked over a set of stairs, and 2 stairs down is a massive pile of vomit. Don't be that guy. Don't do that.
Yep. And if you're gonna be that guy, know your trajectories, you know?
Goddamn right. Goddamn right. Have to.
Projectile vomiting is only good when you have trajectories. Otherwise, it's just vomiting.
Trajectories, my dude. Okay, stop sharing. Cool. Alright, sweet. Let's see. We're at hour and 10 minutes. You want to keep going?
Yeah, come on. It's like we've had, what, 2-3 people in now? There's
Only
people
2.
waiting.
Only 2.
We're not going to get to all of you guys.
No, we're really not. Apologies, because it's just not the way it's going to be able to happen. Maybe we can figure out a better system for it next time. That'd be cool, but for now, let's count them off.
There's always like after shows and other things. Just to give you guys all a heads up, because honestly, I mean, like if you're watching YouTube Saints on a Wednesday with this ad hoc thing, like we were supposed to be on Twitch, we're not on Twitch now. If you're here, you're like the hardcore audience, or you had nothing better to do. Either which way, we are in the process though of kind of coming up with more things to do. I mean, the Sunday show is the Sunday show. That's the centerpiece of everything. But
Right.
outside of that, there's so much more that should and can be done with YouTube Saints, with you guys, the fun we can have together, the fucking shit chat, shit posts and chats and all that. So we're figuring that as we go along, and just know that you're in the center of our thinking. You and your money.
God damn it.
But yeah, we've been thinking about more ways to sort of expand this channel, other platforms, other shows, this sort of thing. In fact, if we get it working right, don't even be surprised if next week's Twitch show doesn't somehow miraculously arrive on YouTube, although we won't be in YouTube. So
Right. Not a
unless Twitch is still under attack from Chinese YouTube fans.
That is always entirely possible. So our next guest is Dread Castlewary. Hello, Dread. Hello. How are you? Hello. Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes.
I think we're gonna have to cancel the show.
And I know just what to do.
Is that Adele?
I don't believe it. I actually made it on.
I feel like I need to kick Nick because Nick just confused Lionel Richie with Adele. Are you fucking serious?
Depends on what you mean by serious.
Son of a bitch.
Gentlemen, can you hear me?
We can. Hello,
We
Dread.
can. You're a little robot-y, but you're there.
Little bit.
My apologies, I have a shitty mic. I have a very important question for you that the world needs to know.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. My nipples are hard as fuck. Let's go.
Mine are still sausage-like.
Have you Tariq your Nasheed today? And how did you do it?
I can use the smell test. It's Tariq as it gets. Yep.
I lathered up a loofah with my ultra melanated coconut scented ass wash, and then I nasheeded my Tariq very sensually.
Okay.
My
Is that acceptable? Because I honestly mounted a rifle barrel cleaning brush to a power drill, and I just kind of dealt with it in the shower, if you know what I mean. So.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of broken after that one. Hold on. Oh, actually, this is a great opportunity. I've always wanted to have a chance to talk to you guys. You guys are an absolute inspiration. Thank you both so much.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Dude, I don't know
To
what
you
the fuck.
and to your kin, for whatever we might have inspired, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
Well, you have to understand, you guys have successfully de-educated everyone who went through a DARE program and are now selling drugs better than a red-headed hooker at the corner of First and Belmont.
I'm glad we could. See, this is the thing. It's like we're anti-communist, so we got to be pro-capitalism. And if there's one thing I know about capitalism, men selling drugs in the street corner with a red-headed wig on. I didn't listen to everything you said that closely, but that makes money.
If you said Belmont, are you in Portland or?
No, actually, I'm originally a Chicago native, and now I live in Maryland.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Other places can have Belmont streets, Jeff. Okay?
No, they
No.
actually can. There's only one Belmont and in Chicago.
Well, here's the thing. Here's one way on like Twitter and shit. I've noticed. I know how to determine an English follower or whatever from an American one. The English, when I say Manchester, like Manchester, UK. No, the Americans are like, which Manchester?
Oh, that's fair. Actually, I briefly talked with you on Twitter, Jeff, about the whole science march. You know, ridiculous.
Jeff's outside now. Yeah, Jeff's outside.
You can actually see because I turned off the video because I don't want to echo.
Well, no, it's okay. I mean, what we need to think of here, the way we should like take this sort of situation on is basically anytime Jeff leaves me on a stream that we're co-hosting and he leaves, that's him giving me power of attorney. So what do you know about Jeff's actual tangible property?
Well, I know he has a hat.
Okay, so would you like this hat written into a will?
As a matter of fact, I've always
See?
wanted that hat.
It always works out. Jeff's addictions always feed my natural Jewness to sell off other people's property.
Well, to be fair, I too am Russian Jew. Well,
Yeah, you know it then. Yeah, you're like, hey, I know, I got to bid high so he gets a good commission.
Every time you make a Jewish joke, I just kind of cringe a little on the inside because they're huge. But I have to admit, I love juice, especially when concentrated. Orange flavored, usually.
Oh, Jeff,
Yeah.
you missed it. I just assumed power of attorney over you and your family, and it turns out this guy's a Russian Jew who loves Jew jokes, especially when they're concentrated.
Ooh, I love concentrated Jew.
That's the only downside.
I inject myself with concentrated Jew every morning.
He's trying to become a moon Jew, basically.
No, I am a moon. You know, I got up and I forgot to get another fucking beer.
I have to contest the moon Jew concept. It's bad real estate. They would never go there.
I disagree. I think the Jews would go to the moon.
Why do you underrate our people so much to think that we're not forward-thinking enough to know where the next big real estate boom is going to be?
You're telling me right now that you would not think they would go to Mars?
No, here's what's going to happen. Jared
The Great
Kushner is
Red
going to
Jew
run
Menace.
for president in 2020. And because of that, all of the Hollywood celebrities are going to say, Canada's not good enough. I'm going to the moon. Go get a beer, Jeff. Go on. You already abandoned this stream once before. Just go and do it again.
You're right, I am your dad.
Yeah, exactly. You got nothing but you got two dads, which is why you ended up the way you are.
And I'm pulling the belt down now.
It's not my fault this beer has the alcohol content of hobo piss.
Then why
Yes,
are
it
you
is.
drinking it, you savage?
Because it's delicious. Because I hate myself.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Alright, I'm back. Let's do it. Do it. Thank you, Beast.
Assume my religious orientation.
Listen, if we're going to Jew it, we're going to have to cut the stream off just at the tip.
Just, oh god, that was painful.
How do you remember that happening to you?
Well,
Wait a second, did you
there was a
convert?
man-
You married a Jewish woman. She's like, I need you to convert. And you're like, I'm down. No, I need you to convert the full way.
Ooh.
No, my dad was a doctor, and current medical practice was to do it to everyone at the time.
That's pretty much how it happened to me too. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Chinese war sword and a guy with a blindfold. I mean,
Dude, I was running naked on a live fire battlefield. I don't know.
Wait a second. Am I not Jewish? Does this mean that I was just abused by a Chinese circus act?
Maybe.
We'll get to that later.
You mean lionized?
Lionized. It's like they turned your cock into a weapon. It's like that. It's like watching Iron Fist all over again.
Actually, they curate it, and it's currently what fuels North Korea's missile program.
Dude, watching Iron Fist is like being punched in the face with bad taste. I swear to Christ, that shit was awful.
Listen. I haven't watched it, but I am watching Marvel's Defenders right now, and I'll say, listen, his terrible acting and the bad casting on the part of them, and the whole fact that the character is just kind of really annoying, that doesn't mean that it's a bad show.
So I have this great means of entertainment that, since obviously you guys like high quality content, I suggest you go find a drill press and place your head underneath it.
I was going to say Dinkler Daily. Have you guys seen Dinkler Daily yet?
Oh, God.
And then slowly lower the drill press down. On camera so we can watch.
Oh, my God. You need to find me the link. You need to find me the link of Dinkler Daily and DM it to me, Nick.
Oh, I'll send it to you right now, Mo.
Yeah, do it.
I'll go find. Because honestly, Dinkler Daily, and you guys, if any of you follow me on Twitter at Wizard of Cause, which I'm sure you do, you're gonna see. Oh, sorry, Dinkster Daily. Yeah, Dinkster Daily. You're gonna see the Dink Daily, not mine, but this one. You're gonna see the Dinkster Daily. Jeff, go on and look. Just don't even click on a video.
I'll look
go
at
right
it.
in. Well, look at it now. No, look at it now.
No,
go into videos. Look at it now.
You have to DM it to me. I can't open it on Skype or it breaks the format.
Up first. Right. God, Nick, lube him up first.
I know. And also, real quick, what we're gonna do, because I am terrible because I'm like a ferret right now. Over on our super chats, we had Maya Skill with 50 North Korean dongers. He sent me a link to a video by a band called Taint. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. He says, and read my goddamn messages on Discord. I will in just a second. GT Earsley, Nick, you gold digger. And then over on our over on our StreamLabs, we got our first StreamLabs. Fantastic, buddy. We got Parker donated $10. Got my shitlord hat today. Thanks so much, Jeff. My dog finds it terrifying, but I love it. Keep it up, Saints. You guys doing the formats work. Thank you so much.
You know, you managed to find a proper hat when your dog is terrified of it.
Goddamn right. Goddamn right.
Now, Jeff, one thing. I remember your chaos that came out with, oh God, what the hell's the name of that lousy comedian? When you were dealing with the AIDS issue.
Oh, Crowder.
I actually for the Walter Reed Medical Hospital Research Department area in the HIV Diagnostic and Reference Lab. I think I got an aneurysm from how stupid that man was.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, and it's not an easy thing to deal with. It really, really isn't. But it just.
I'll just say, let me just say this much. Like, if you're watching Steven Crowder say something stupid, just feel bad for the fact that Adam Sandler had to have a son with Down syndrome.
Right.
Oh, God. I tried to have a drinking game with him saying something fundamentally retarded, but unfortunately I got cirrhosis of my liver and died a few moments later.
Brutal.
Yeah, we're not here to say it's a shit channel, but yeah, Steven Crowder sucks. Anyway,
we did find better things in a toilet once.
Imagine.
All I'm gonna say is he was really, really nice to me, even though I was basically telling him that he was wrong. So I'm thankful. I've got to be kind of a nice guy about it. You guys understand, but whatever.
Stop taking our words, Jeff.
I'm gonna take all the words. You don't even understand. But Dread Cassowary, dude, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Get that degree done. We'll talk science shit sometime.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. I look forward to it. Now, catch you later, buddy.
As Jeff sorts out the next guest, it is worth saying here that in general, like YouTubers, presenters, writers, thinkers, those kind of people. Like, people can be full of genuinely shit ideas and actually still be nice people, like good people.
Yeah.
Personally, like, I mean, when it comes to Paul Joseph Watson, I have nothing personal against the guy outside of that. He's patently dishonest and puts his name on it. But it's, you know, I mean, like, if he ever left his apartment, I'd have a beer with the guy. But as in terms of InfoWars, I can buy snake oil with an actual snake oil label on it if I want.
That's true.
But there's no real personal animosity, except, you know, in a few instances. And those, at least for my part, I make very clear.
All right, so let's check out Dinkster Daily real quick. Apparently this channel, Dinkster Daily, posts this video every single day, and that's all this channel is. So let's watch. You won't be able to hear it, Nick, but let's watch it.
Oh, one.
Somebody ring the Dinkster!
And that's it. That's it. Every single day.
Every day.
Somebody ring the Dinkster.
Not only that, but I mean, like the one I looked at, it was from August 28th. It was he's got 2.8 thousand subscribers. And this video, this Daily Dinkster has 10,558 views.
Jesus Christ. So we also that's too fucking funny, dude. That's the
day before then 18,830 views.
Of course.
Honestly, like, speaking of Paul Joseph Watson, if he wants to come back at me on Twitter with "but my views" as an argument, I'd say, "but the Dinkster."
Yeah. Dinkster Daily's he's slaying it, dude. So we got a super chat. Ken of G paying homage to the Saints. I am 6 years clean from heroin. It is fucking horror of an addiction that lost me many homes. I do not approve. Chatelet to you, my friend. And he also, over on StreamLabs, says, "Here's 5 on here as well, you beautiful fuckers." Aww. We love you, buddy. Alright, so we're going to do one more guest, and then we'll probably call it a night.
Yeah, sorry to everybody who doesn't make the cut, but then again, if you've ever played Powerball, you know how it works.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's just it's the most fair way to do it. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 goddamn people waiting. Jesus.
It's like you guys want to talk. What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's so strange. Do you know who we are? We're fucking weirdos. Jesus.
Have you not seen the Sunday show? It's pretty bad.
Alright, well, it looks like our last guest is going to be Wild Warlock.
Oh.
Hey, Wild Warlock.
Hey, you know this guy.
Whoa, how you going?
Hey. Hey, everybody, and welcome back. Hello to Wild Warlock.
Well, sorry, man, I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah?
I was, I was watching, but I'm on a delay, obviously.
Yeah, no, there's a good, like, I think it's like a good 8-second delay or something like that. It's pretty ridiculous.
Something like that.
Yeah, so I just paused the live stream now, so, yeah. How you going, guys? Anyway, I'm, down in Australia.
Australia. What fucking time is it in Australia right now? You should be just waking up, right?
No, it's 11:30.
11:30.
Oh.
So,
hey,
yeah,
because only so many people live.
So.
Because only so many people actually live in Australia. Could you, when you're done here, please just go next door and punch Bering for Tim? He'd love that. Yeah. He's only got like 4 neighbors or something.
Yeah, I think it's only about a 2,000k drive or whatever, so yeah, it should be right.
I don't know what 2,000k means, so I'm going to assume that it takes 20 fucking minutes, because, you know, I'm an American, mate, you forget. I don't know how these things work, or, you know, it's like you say K, I'm like, oh, it's like a funny Australian way of saying minutes. It's like, it's 20 minutes.
No, 2,000 kangaroos, mate.
2,000 kangaroos? I've got to ride 2,000 fucking kangaroos to death just to get there.
Oh, fuck, man. Classic. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, fuck, I've sort of forgotten what I was going to ask now.
That's alright. No one gives a shit at this point. I've finished my beer. Oh, wait, now I can dub the accent.
Australia is legit the first country that I wanna go visit as soon as I go international, like on my visits and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to make a fair amount of time though, because there's a lot of it. So that's one thing. A lot of people they go, "Oh, I'll go down to Australia for a week," and then it's like, yeah, you're gonna see like 2 towns.
Well, you're just going to be driving the entire time, like, oh, that's a pretty town, isn't it? Yes, it is. Should we stop? Fuck off. We've got things to do.
Yeah, you're hit a few roofs at least, and
yeah, Jeff's just gonna like, he's even gonna adopt like the, he's just gonna go full Crocodile Dundee. Locals will be like,
yeah, no, I
you see him?
Hey, what?
Do you think he's American? Oh, I'm sure he's fucking American. He was carrying a fucking boomerang. I've never even fucking seen a boomerang until he walked by just now.
I'm running through the streets on some weird Aboriginal fucking like drug with a goddamn American flag like loincloth, carrying a boomerang, screaming, "Ah, crikey, Bobby! Good day, mate!" You know, like that's
you're just
terrible.
riding on top of like the one rickshaw in Queensland, and you're like, "Oh, I'm in the South Pacific."
Fuck. I'm living in a town at the moment with only 98 people in it, so yeah, in bumfuck middle of nowhere. So
wait a second, you're saying Australia has its own New Hampshire? That's impressive.
Something like that, I guess. I haven't been to New Hampshire yet. I've been fuck all really. I've been here and I've been somewhere else.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I like the thing that always. The only thing I have a problem with New Hampshire. Fuck, I have everything that's wrong with New Hampshire. Fuck New Hampshire. But the only problem I have with Australia is your guys' internet is awful. It's so fucking bad.
Yeah, it could be also my microphone's pretty shit too.
Well, I mean, okay, so I know Bering has like the best internet he could possibly have. I know Beyond Fear has like a really good internet company according to Australia, but both of them, and I hang out with them pretty frequently, their shit just drops all the fucking time. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't fucking handle it at all. I'm spoiled.
Yeah, we live pretty rough out here. Actually, because I'm at work, I'm working in a pub, and I've just got a customer, so I've got to get going.
Oh shit. Well, hey, it was.
I should have thought this through a bit more.
Can you remember your question?
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you. I hear you bragging a lot of shit on different bands and having jokes about stuff, but what do you guys actually listen to?
Oh,
and I'll let you answer that, and I'll bail.
All right,
go.
All right. Cheers, buddy. Cheers to you. Bands that I actually listen to. Well, shit. I'm an old school Rivet head, so I love bands like Skinny Puppy, Ministry, that type of thing. But as far as new music, I love speed rappers like Tech9. I do actually listen to some of that wub dubstep kind of shit a little bit. But if I'm just sitting around and I'm not doing anything, honestly, I either listen to old school soul music like Sam Cooke, or I listen to Creedence. Like, those are the two go-tos that I'm always listening to if I'm just sitting there.
Yeah, for me, it's really it's mood dependent, I'd say. I mean, like a lot of trip hop kind of stuff. I'll listen to like trip hop. Not really a big fan of the pumping, like, you know, dance style EDM, but you know, like that. No. But I mean, it's the same kind of thing with metal, for instance. Like, I like melodic or lyrical metal. Not a big fan of the double bass, and not a big fan of that. But I mean, anything. I mean, I kind of abide ever since I heard the quote from Louis Armstrong, where he said, "There's only 2 types of music: good music and bad music."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on where I'm at and what I like. I listen to a lot of hip hop. I've actually been getting into Childish Gambino quite a bit, as just for the gym.
Yeah.
Well, the lyrics give you so much to think about. Like, you're like, what the fuck is he trying to say? I don't give a shit now. He's under the lyric, and I gotta keep pumping this. Fuck it, I gotta keep doing this thing. But what's he saying? What the fuck did he just say? Never mind. Yeah. enjoying that shit. And yeah, trip hop, some metal, a lot of classic rock. Sometimes I'll just put shit like the album leaf on, and other times I'll be like, I don't know, fucking yeah, Creedence. Like, what's a good classic rock? I'm gonna get my white trash on.
Right. I mean, some people have been saying, like, I thought Jeff would be into Coldplay. I thought Jeff would be into, like, Nickelback. Like, no, that's too close to my own band, man. Anything that's close to my band Korn, like, I'm just not going to appreciate it. Because Korn just does it better.
I cannot get enough of the hot dog flavored water, to be honest with you. Chocolate starfish. Oh, my God. It's, you know, I almost want to shave all of my beard off except this. And then start giving people. Fun fact for those who didn't grow up in the 90s. Limp Bizkit happened because Jonathan Davis went into what's the dickhead's name again?
I don't remember. Fred Durst.
Fred Durst's tattoo shop, and Fred Durst fucked up a tattoo on him. And that led to a conversation, and ever since then it's been you know, I did it all for the nookie. So you can take that cookie and stick it up your ass. I'm edgy. See, that was edgelord shit before Pole was around.
That's true. Damn it, Secret Santa! Don't tell me what I love and what I don't love. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, so this has been the Midweek Saints. Just goofing off, trying to figure out the new format. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for hopping in.
Stream. First Twitch stream ever.
This was the best Twitch stream that was ever Twitch to Twitch. Like, I gotta tell you, it was so amazing.
Best Twitch stream ever Twitch to YouTube.
Yeah, goddamn right. We made
Google.
We made history. We got one more super chat. Hang on, one more.
Yeah,
super
guys,
chat.
don't drag the show up by giving us more money. Don't do that.
Hey. One fucked Canucks. Shirt sizes Jeff, Nick, and Mem. I have Norwegian Blue Record shirts for you soon. Waiting for my order to arrive. They're badass. I'm a medium. Mem's is a small.
I'm an XL.
Are you really? Oh,
I'm a big guy.
You're taller than me, and your shoulders are broader than me. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
This shirt's an XL. As you can see, it's very svelte.
Very svelte.
I honestly, I feel like the golden right now with these pecs.
Yes.
I just want to make a video directly to PewDiePie asking why he doesn't feel as white as I do.
Let us not always blame the Jews. Oh, yes.
Can't always be the right kind of white. What I'm saying.
Alright, anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. We've been the Midweek Saints. We'll see you all on Sunday. Thank you so much.
That's a new name! That's a new name!
What?
Midweek Saints.
Midweek Saints, everybody.